Hi, this is Sheet Music Singer again. In this video, I'm going to talk about the elements that you'll find in sheet music. Now, in a previous video, I talked about various different kinds of sheet music. There's instrumental sheet music for instruments like trumpets and violins. There's solo piano music, and there are different styles of music. There are art songs, which are vocal, piano usually, and there are sacred songs, there's folk songs, country songs. All of these can be written down in notation, and so I call it sheet music. But I have a special use. When I talk about sheet music, I am only interested in the pop songs in historic sheet music going up till about 1922. And here I am in the Sheet Music Consortium. Let's go and take a look at some sheet music. Now, if I click on, this is the home, and if I click on Browse, which I'll do right here, Browse, I can see the universities mostly. Library of Congress is here too. Most of these are university libraries who have digitized some of their holdings. And if I click into their emblem here for one of these libraries, I'm going to be still searching within the Sheet Music Consortium view. So I want to go over to the university, Mississippi State University. So I'll come down here and look under M. Let's see. Mississippi State is this one right here, this maroon colored Mississippi State University. They have 12,462 records listed in the Sheet Music Consortium, but I want to actually go, instead of searching in the consortium, I want to go over to that library website, and there's a shortcut here. If I click on About, right up here at the top, the About menu, and then I'm going to click on Collections Harvested. And this lists all those that we just saw, except that when you click on these links, you go right to the university itself. So Mississippi State University. And the reason that I'm choosing Mississippi State is that they give a PDF view, so it'll be easy to look at the whole set of pages, because they're all together in the PDF, including the cover. So I'm going to search for a song, Bee's Knees, in the search box, and I click on Search. And it's the first one that came up here. Click on the name, Bee's Knees. And to download this sheet music, I can click the download arrow over here on the right. I'm going to zoom this to fit the the page fit, so we can see the pages. Well, I could go a little bit bigger than that. Go a little bit bigger, so that we can see. Now I'm going to slide this up because I want to see more of this at a time, and pull this window shade down. So this is a PDF viewer, and this is the cover of Bee's Knees. Just to get an overview. This is an extra sheet that is advertisements. This publisher is Leo Feist Incorporated in New York City, and this is a 1922 sheet music, and these are other songs from that area, right around 1921 and 1922, that they're advertising. And then here's the first page of Bee's Knees itself. Second page, and here's where the chorus starts. We have two verses, as you can see here, two verses, and then the chorus starts. And we have also another sheet that's called patter. That was something they were doing in 1922. And then at the end, the very last page, we have another sheet of advertisements. And those are useful and interesting sometimes. I'm going to go back to the top, and we'll zoom in and look at this a little bit closer. I'm going to fit page width now. Yeah, page width. Okay. Bee's Knees, this is the title of the song. It's a pop song. And there's quite a bit of information here. You've got a graphic that gives you the feeling or a little bit of a hint about this whole thing. It says, played with great success by Ted Lewis. Now, this is a performer. Ted Lewis is a performer, probably a stage theater type singer, or possibly opera singer, who helped popularize and spread this song. And then over here we have, next we have the writer, or lyricist. It says words by Leo Wood. So he's the one who wrote the words for the song. That's all he did. And music is by Roy Lopez. And all music means, what specifically that means is the melody of the song. And Roy Lopez with Ted Lewis. And then we also have an emblem here for the publisher, Leo Feist Inc., New York City. This is a popular edition, which means it's in the range of most people. The operatic edition would be probably higher notes, would go higher. And he also had Canadian editions and British editions and that kind of thing. Other places, Australia. Leo Feist, I believe, had publishing in more than just New York City. But this one was published in New York, and this is the popular edition. Now in this ad, we can see they're talking about another song, three other songs, all waltzes. One is 3 o'clock in the morning, and it tells you a little bit about it. You see the first little bit of the chorus here. And it tells you the authors. Copyright by Wheat, Limited in London. Here's another song, Lovely Lucerne. And here are the writer and composers. And it tells you they also wrote another song, probably in this time period, of around 1922, or a little before, called Valse Septembre. And that tells you the copyright on that song. And then here's one, another third one, Swanee River Moon. And so this is interesting because it tells you what Leo Feist Publishing is up to at that time. And it gives you other songs to look for. And you can tell from trying them out here, you can tell when you find this same song, you can see that it's the same, because this is the actual notes from the sheet music, the full version of the sheet music. So those are just little teasers. Get them for your piano, phonograph, and player piano. And then let's move on now to the song itself. We've got 3 pages of the song Bee's Knees. And again, inside here we see that Leo Wood wrote the words, and Ted Lewis with Ray Lopez wrote the melody. We have not been told who made the arrangement of all these piano notes. One other piece here, it tells you moderato. The language of music is Italian, and moderato means it's kind of slow and leisurely, but faster than walking. there's a range of how fast moderato should be, and you get that from experience. When I put all the pieces of a song together and the repeats, I see that I know that it should take about 4 to 5 minutes, so that lets me set the tempo. It helps me. Also, when we have 16th notes, especially if they're in the vocal, 16th notes have to be slowed. You have to slow down a little bit for you to be able to articulate, and for the pianist to play those, because the 16th notes are real brief. Another thing that we have here is it's saying forte. F is forte for loud. So this is the introduction to the song, and generally you only play the introduction right at the very beginning. You don't ever come back to it. Although you repeat other parts of the music, you don't repeat the introduction. It's at the very beginning, and it's loud because it's the only thing that's happening. In addition to the loud, you've got accent marks here. These are very strong accents, and then you have some just normal accents for these bass notes down here. And the LH means left hand, so the notes here are played by the left hand up, even though they're up in the area where the right hand usually plays. And then this little section here that is a repeat is called a vamp, V-A-M-P, and it's very interesting. It's tied with the vamp is tied with theater, where they would change when at the end of the previous part of the play or whatever, there may be a scene change and there may be characters changing for the person that's going to come out and sing, or the people that are going to come out and perform and sing Bee's Knees. So this vamp has a repeat sign. You repeat it as many times as you need to get ready, get the props and everything changed over, and have the curtain come up. And meanwhile, the Bee's Knees introduction is played, and now you're into the Bee's Knees vamp, which gives you a little feeling. It gives the singers their notes on the key that they're going to be singing the song in. And the vamp has the reminiscence of the first little piece, the first couple measures. It really is essentially the first couple measures, but they're stylized because it's only the piano playing. It's a little bit fancy, and so they'll play this and just long enough. The orchestra or the pianist can be playing this vamp over and over again, repeating until the singers are, whenever everything, the props are in place and the singer's ready to go, and then they just go with the signal. They just go right into the song. Now we have a melody line up on top. And you'll see that this is the verse. An interesting thing about verses is that in the progress of history, the verses have gone away and disappeared. They're not as important and not as memorable as the choruses. So in many of these, you'll never have heard these verses and won't even know what the melody is. But this is the melody and the lyrics for the two verses for Bee's Knees. And then underneath it is the piano part continuing. We also go down here to mezzo forte, which is you want the piano to be not so loud as it was when it was by itself, because you're supporting the singers. And an interesting thing about the melody support of 20th century sheet music is that it's the piano is playing the melody in addition to the other accompaniment, chording and rhythms and things. It is playing the melody notes to support the singer. So we don't have a lot of changes going on here. By the way, you can listen to this song Bee's Knees on the sheetmusicsinger.com website. Now at the bottom of page 1 we have the copyright information and the publishing information again. This was published in New York City and also London, England, and Toronto, Canada. And we see in Roman numerals here, we see that this is copyrighted in 1922. We're down to the second page of Bee's Knees, which is the completion of the verse, and then it leads in. It's the Bee's Knees is the start of the chorus. And the chorus is marked here. A chorus means a group of people. So a soloist, the implication is that a soloist would sing the verse, and then the chorus of all the other actors and people, the other singers, maybe a choir even, would join in. And once it was a very famous song, the second time through the chorus, the audience would join in too. So that's why we have the first time is piano, which means soft, piano, and forte is the second time through the chorus, would be loud. And that's to support not only the soloist, but the audience too. So we've got everything you need to know. We've got triplets here, and we've got accent marks down in the piano. And although it's a group of people singing, this is not in harmony. This is unison singing of this melody. And we have some crescendo marks here, which means starting at the beginning of this measure, it's going to get louder. That's what this widening triangle means. It's going to get louder, and that's natural to do because you probably just do it automatically because these notes they're ascending higher up to a D, from an F up to a D, and so you just naturally sing louder to support the higher note. Although you don't have to. If you have very good control, you can sing high quietly, but most people, this is a popular edition, and most people are going to sing louder to get that higher note out. And then after you hit the D the second time, you're gonna you can bring it down. And this marking is down in the piano, so it's especially for the pianist to make those changes. And then the singers will just feel it in the piano, and they'll possibly do likewise. So we're keeping going here, and then when we get down to the bottom, this is the end of the song here. We have a first ending and then a second ending. Now, you can repeat the chorus either after the first verse, you can do the chorus twice using the first ending and the second ending. Or I like to, the first time through, just do the second and just go right, skip the first ending, go right to the second ending as though the whole song is ending, and then I go back up. I'll show you if I go back up to the vamp. Sometimes they'll put a sign here that when you repeat for the second verse, you start with the vamp. You could do the intro again, but it's reasonable just to do the vamp. So you do the vamp and start the second verse. And then after the second verse is when I repeat the chorus twice. That's when I use the first ending, and then the repeat signs, these dots on the big bar here, the dots are lined up with this repeat here, so that's where the sign is at the beginning of the chorus. So that after the first ending, you come back and sing the chorus again. And then the second time through, you go to the second ending. And I do see that there was a key change in this song. I didn't mention that. It was in the key of B flat at the beginning. Let me check that. Well, nope. The whole darn thing is in the key is in 1 flat, and oh, it's the pattern. Never mind. I got another page here. So at some point after one of the choruses, you're gonna, as you can see, you can continue through the second ending, and you're going to change keys and continue on to the next page, which is the patter. The patter is in the other key. Now, we're going to bring in the patter, we're going to bring the piano way down, and so that the singer can solo singer is going to sing this softly. And it's a full page of patter, at which time it says to go back to the sign and you do the key change. That's just a little heads up for the pianist who's going to be turning the pages back. You're going to go back and get the chorus again where the sign is. Okay, and then as we saw in the overview of this sheet music, you have again on the last page, the final page, which would really be the back of the cover, is another ad, a couple of ads here. And this one includes with the part of this refrain of this song, it has the date 1921. And there's all of your information. You've got all the cover information like before. And you have the a little tag here that London's biggest foxtrot success. So it's a song from England. Probably that's an English song. They have a thing over there, instead of Broadway plays, it's called Music Hall. And here's another one. The Why Should I Cry Over You? So this is all good research information, because sometimes you'll only get a clue that these other songs exist in the ads. And here are some other songs from this publisher. Hot Lips, Stumbling Georgia, Tricks, Lovely Lucerne, Wake Up Little Girl, Swanee River Moon, State Street Blues, Toot Toot Tootsie, Silver Stars, In a Corner of the World All Our Own, 3 o'clock in the morning, All for the Love of Mike, When the Leaves Come Tumbling Down, Strutting at the Strutter's Ball, Those Star-Spangled Nights, and Dixieland. Those are almost all 1922 songs, except 3 o'clock in the morning is 1921.